Hey guys, I'm HP, this is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is a minor blues guitar riff, chords and solo. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button and also join the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. So what are you talking about today? I first show you and then give further explanations. If this thing would start, which it doesn't, now it will start. And so on. The thing is, this was just bass and drums, and we're gonna do with one guitar chords and solo in combination. A lot of you guys out there were requesting this, so here's the answer now on minor blues, and we're gonna check out a few concepts, also expert tips, how to get a great creamy blues guitar sound. Stuff like that, and to give you some ideas that you can also do this in a trio form with just drum and bass, or if you want also with I'm going to show you later also if you like add more instruments. So now let's first talk about the sound. I've chosen here a Fender Deluxe amp setting up the tube saturation setting like on 5. I don't know if your device can do that or your software can do that, but it creates this really great creamy sound and it's very dynamic. What does that mean? So if you put the volume up, you have quite a solid distortion. If you put the volume down, it sounds nearly clean, or you attack very soft. Also with different pickup setting. So you need to learn to work with that stuff to get a really great sound in combination with soloing. And now we are doing a really simple progression: A minor 7 4 bars, then F7 to E7, and so it's basically a 6-bar progression, and we're going to check out how you can start working with that. First of all, we have a main riff, and therefore we're going to the close view. Yeah, we have a main riff, which is a typical minor blues riff, is this one here. So we're playing the open A string, 1, and on a 2 we come in the chord A7, A minor 7, but we slide directly up to D over A, and then we slide back to A minor 7, so 1 and 2. So on 2 we slide up, and 2 and we slide back down, and then we hold it for 1 beat. So 1, 1 and 2 and 3. On 4 there's nothing, or you just hold it till 1 again. So you can do it 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Optional, you could skip the first part because we have a bass which is basically doing this already, so you don't need to do this, but if you want you can do this. Like if you want to push up the intensity, then or you start 1, just start like this, 1, 2 and 3, or 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, now on beat number 4 we're gonna add solo. So we have chords, and on beat number 4 we're gonna add something. And one of the main problems which most of the students have is that they lose the orientation, and you only have short period of time where you can do something. So it's really good to prepare like 3 rhythm figures which always fit to give you an orientation. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4. So 1 will be just play a quarter on any kind of quarter note somewhere, you know, in the A minor pentatonics. I'll show you with the backing track. See, so you can do something there. Oh, I forgot well, we come to that after that. So you have this figure, just a quarter note, and try to, even you're only playing 1 note, just try to make music, you know. Don't just play a note that you played something, try to make something meaningful, and then and also listen to how your guitar sounds with the distortion, also with attacking soft or hard. You know, and try to always make music with simple stuff, but keep the thing going on. Now let's finish the past 2 bars. Then we have an F7, then we choose a F9 here, 8, 7, 8, 8. Then we make a little figure, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, just like this. Or you can make your 1 and 2 and 3, and on 4 you play something. You can do the same thing. On 4 you make a break and make a fill in, and then E7 sharp 9 here, 7, 6, 7, 8. And same 1 and 2 and 3. And just play your fill in, and then you're already pretty cool to go. Let's see how that works. Already starts to sound like music. And keep the things simple, that you still have time and resources to also pay attention to the dynamics. So try to tell a story in the whole frame of 6 bars, you know, like building it up. See how you can rise the intensity, also then you start working with the distortion. What you also can do is check out your guitar with the sound setting on the pickup. Before was bridge pickup, now go neck pickup. Total different sound, different type of ambience which is created. So you can use this to build up, and then you want to go to more intense, you go to the bridge pickup. These are just some ideas which you can pursue, and still keeping the whole thing quite simple, but it already starts to sounding great, you know. I'll show you. Or just don't do the quarter note. Now we're building up intensity. And so on, you know. Good, now just one rhythm figure in the fill-in is probably not enough. Let's do 2 more rhythm figures to have like a repertoire of 3 that you can switch between those. Then you can do, let's do a triplet, so 1 and 2 and 3, so 1, 2, so 3 notes per beat, so And then you mix it, make a quarter note, make a triplet, mix them as you like, or just don't do anything at all, just hold the chord, and now you start to sound, you know, like you're doing something. It sounds way more interesting than before. All this starts to sound really cool. Now let's do one fast one, and we have just one beat time, so we and in this slow tempo, I think it's 60 or 50 BPM, we play sextol. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 5 6. That will be a sextol also. That would be a sextol. 1 2 3 4 5 6. But now, since we need a bit time to go back, we just play the first 4 sextols. So first get a feeling for sextols. So that would be or opposite. So that's the most easy way to play sextols. Just play hammer on pull off just in the pentatonics. You can also do like it's also sextol 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, but the trick is since you don't have much time, you just play and then you already go back. I'll show you. I mean, what you can do to get the last of the sextols, you make a pull off to the open string. So that's what I often do, you know, to make your playing sound more fluent. So you hear something, but you don't hear that it was the open string, but it sounds more fluent. So now let's mix this up with the other 2 rhythm figures, the quarter note and the triplet, and then you're going to sound pretty cool. I'll show you. So on. So now we have a structure of a riff plus fill-ins, so combination chords and solo. Now another possibility, of course, is also to alter the chords, so that you have at least 2 versions of chords, that you can build up something, that you have a variation on the chords. So if you want to put this riff here to the next level, I honestly prefer this one. This one is so cool. Basically it's the same, it's a D and A minor, but since it's another voicing, it sounds different. So we have here a 7 to 5. And on F, you can add with the pinky here. You make a little chord variation here, just with the pinky, you go from F9 to F9 13. And on the E7 sharp 9, you can either go to the higher position here, That's really a nasty one here. 12, 13, 13, 13. Pinky in the 15th. Or this one is really nasty. You go either up or down. This is from flamenco. This is E5 sus B9. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest stays. Now let's see how that works out. One tip, when you play this one, that one sounds way cooler when you play it on the neck pickup than with the bridge pickup. Well, for my taste, you can choose whatever you want. So I'm gonna start with the lower riff, adding stuff. Then I put more intensity, go to different chord variations. Then we're pretty much there we want to be. So let's see how that works out. Going to soloing. So give it a break, take down the intensity, then build it up again. And so on. You can play any stuff. And you just get into the emptiness of the sound. In this case, as I said, it's only bass and trio. If that's too hard for you, I have a version here with the organ. So it's a little bit more user-friendly, but the real cool dudes, I just saw Eric, no, the other guy, what's his name again? Just playing with drum, bass, and guitar. And it's awesome, you know, the typical Rory Gallagher like 60s, early 70s style, just in the trio formation, or Jimi Hendrix. I really love that, but if it's really tough because you need to hold the emptiness of the guitar. But if it's too much for you, can the same rules count here. So when you go into soloing mode, you still keep the original riff and somehow pop it in your soloing, and then you start to sound really cool. You know, you start up with the riff and just adding the fill-ins. When you go into soloing, first pull back the intensity, then build it up with soloing, and then adding the original riff to get more intensity. Okay, so let's do this now. And at the end of the story, I also add something in the sound, so I'm gonna switch in with even more intensity. Then you build up the whole thing. Okay, so first we go in the normal soloing. this way you build up the whole thing. It's all about storytelling, you know. And you say, yeah, well, I just play rhythm guitar, I just play solo. No, in fact, music is about storytelling, and that's the way you do it. You know, you have your tools, and I really try to keep it as simple as possible. You have two types of chords which you can use. You can use it in a simple formation, just bass and drum, or with the organ. That makes not such a difference. Well, when you play only with drum and bass, it's harder because you know, the empty space is really hard to stand. I can tell, but it's really cool. But there you have the full freedom of adding any kind of chords and then making combinations with solo guitar, and that's really cool. Yo. No, that's basically what I wanted to say. Yo guys, that were my, I don't know if I'm an expert. I'm playing guitar all my life and be a musician all my life, so probably I'm an expert. So there's my expert tips on how to play chords and solo in with the minor blues riff, and to build up the whole thing by using sound settings. Check out the sound settings, and what I really recommend is that check how your guitar reacts to a sound, you know. Also check out, you know, when you do all stuff like this, you know, also with the pickup settings, also the way you attack the strings. I still do this, even I play so many years, I still do this just to check the sound and how the guitar reacts. Also by attacking, that I get exactly the sound which I want. That's also making music, you know, and doing technical exercise. And then also check how the sound reacts just with a dry signal. And listen to what it means to you. Give it a meaning. You know, some guys think they just play note by note, but if you want to have a really emotional expression, try to find out the meaning which a note has for you. And just play the meaning. And then you start to get more compact in your playing, you know. There are no rules when to play a chord or when to play a solo, but it's just what you have to say. And if you know what you're saying and you want to give it a meaning, you have to check out what does it mean for you, and then you can start to tell a story. And the story can be 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. The really great guys that can play 10 minutes and still tell a really great story, because I have a lot of saying that checked out all the stuff. Yo, if you want to have these few examples of the riff plus solos as a guiding line, here I wrote it for you. It's available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy plus backing track only drum and bass, or drum and bass plus organ. That's the easier way if you have a second harmony instrument in the arrangement. I recommend that for beginners, and for the advanced players I recommend doing the really puristic session with only drum and bass and one guitar, because then you really know what you're doing. That's how it is. Good. Me and Dr. Pink are saying goodbye for today.